I destroyed my entire future in one night, and I don't think I can fix it. I'm writing this from a throwaway account because if it gets linked to me, it's over anyway, not that it isn't already. I don't even know why I'm here. People say this is fake, it's rage bait, whatever. I just needed to say it somewhere before it eats me alive, because I did something unforgivable, and I know, I've already lost the most important person in my life. My fiancé, we'll call him Alex, and I have been together for 4 years. We were supposed to get married on December 28th. Everything was planned around it. Family already in town, holidays lining up perfectly. It felt like fate making it easy. And Alex, he was everything. He was kind, funny, confident, without being arrogant. The kind of man people naturally follow. The kind of man you feel safe with. And he noticed things. Once I casually looked at a butterfly decoration whilst I was shopping. I didn't even mention it. Months later, he gave it to me for my birthday. That's who he is. He's thoughtful, attentive, real. And now I've ruined him. But here's the part that makes it worse. Before Alex, there was Jake. Jake was different. He was magnetic, the kind of man who walks into a room and he owns it without trying. I felt chosen by him, but he was toxic. He cheated, he forgot birthdays, disappeared when it mattered, and when I finally left, he didn't even care. He just gone. That hurt more than anything. When I told Alex about Jake early in our relationship, something clicked. He recognised him. Jake had stolen Alex's girlfriend back in college, the one Alex thought he would marry. And when she tried to come back, Alex called her disgusting. That should have been the end of Jake in my life. It should have stayed that way. But last weekend, everything broke. My bachelorette party. One of my bridesmaids, Claire, surprised me by inviting old friends, people I hadn't seen in years, and yes, Jake was there. I could blame the alcohol, but that wouldn't be true, because I know exactly who he was the moment I saw him. Still charming, still confident, still focused entirely on me, like no one else existed. And for some reason, I let that matter. We talked, we laughed, and then we disappeared into a bedroom. I wish I could say I stopped it, but I didn't. The next morning hit like a truck. I felt sick, ashamed, and panicked. I told Jake it meant nothing, that he needed to leave, that he had to forget it ever happened. He said he'd changed, said he was serious about me. That made it worse. I told him to just shut up and go, and he did. I thought I could bury it. Claire knew, but she brushed it off. Just wasn't last fling before marriage, she said. Like it was nothing. But it's not nothing, it's everything. Because now, I can't sleep, I can't eat. Every time I close my eyes, I see it. Every time I think of Alex, I feel like I'm going to throw up. And the worst part, he has no idea. He started noticing something was wrong. Of course he did, he always notices. So I lied. Told him how I had the flu. And while I'm lying in bed crying, barely functioning, he's bringing me homemade soup, taking care of me and loving me. I'm sitting there thinking, how did I not think of him that night? How did I forget the man who never forgets me? I keep asking myself if this feeling will ever go away, if the guilt will fade, if I can just live with it, but it's getting worse, not better. It's eating me up. So here I am, confessing to strangers because I can't face the one person that deserves the truth. I know what I've done, and I know what I deserve. I just don't know how to live with it. So anyway, everything I was afraid of happened. Alex knows, and it's worse than I imagined. Thursday night, he didn't come home. At 9 PM I got a text. No words, just a photo, me and Jake kissing. My heart stopped. I called Claire immediately. She said he deserved to know. And just like that, everything collapsed. Alex wouldn't answer my calls, wouldn't respond to my messages. Then I saw his post. The woman I thought I was marrying turned out to be someone I didn't know. People started messaging me, asking questions. I lied again, said we had an argument, that We were working it out. But Alex, he wasn't protecting me. He replied to comments with things like, "She knows what she did," and that was it. Then Jake showed up at my door, saying sorry, saying he didn't know Alex was my fiancé, just trying to figure things out. I shut the door in his face because in that moment, I finally saw him clearly. He weren't magnetic anymore, he weren't charming, just a mistake, but it was too late. Saturday morning, Alex's brother showed up with others. They packed his things, everything, like I was already erased. I begged for just a call, a message, anything. But his brother just said he has all the closure he needs. That's when it really hit me. This wasn't a fight. This wasn't temporary. This was over. Alex told them I could keep the ring, said it didn't matter anymore. He's covering costs, closing everything cleanly, like I never existed in his future. And now I can't afford the apartment, my career isn't stable, my friends are disappearing, my life, the life I was about to have, is gone. All because of one night, one decision, one moment where I chose wrong. So I'm moving back in with my parents. I haven't told them the truth yet, but I will have to at some point. And I don't know how I'm going to say it out loud. I lost the best thing that ever happened to me. And the worst part, he won't even let me apologise. So this is it. No redemption arc. No fixing it. Just consequences. To Alex, I'm sorry. I know it doesn't matter. I know it doesn't fix anything. But I will regret this for the rest of my life. And I have to figure out how to live with that.
12 years of marriage, 3 kids, a life that on the surface looked completely amazing. And then in one random conversation, everything cracked. Because apparently, I was the only one who didn't know what really happened at my husband's bachelor party. If you think you know where this is going, trust me, you don't. Stay with me. So let me take you back. We got married. I deliberately didn't ask questions about his bachelor party. I already had the general idea. Drinks, strip clubs, stupid behaviour, fine, whatever. I wasn't naive, just selective about what I wanted to know. In my head it was simple. What happens there is probably dumb, maybe a bit inappropriate, but not something that crosses the line, or so I thought. Fast forward over a decade later, we reconnected with one of his old friends, just casually catching up, laughing, reminiscing, and then out of nowhere, the conversation takes a turn. His friend starts telling a story about the bachelor party. At first, I'm half listening until certain words start sticking out. Escorts, choice, the better looking one, and I feel my stomach drop. I look at my husband and I'm telling you, I've never seen his face like that before. Panic, pure panic. And that's when it hit me. There's something here that I was never supposed to know. So I stop everything. Wait, what are you talking about? And then it comes out. Not from him, from his friend. That his friend hired 2 escorts for him. That he chose one. That he slept with her right before our wedding. I lost it. I'm not even going to pretend that I handled it calmly. I didn't. I was yelling, swearing, completely blindsided. Because in my mind that's cheating. End of story. And his reaction? Not guilt, not an apology, confusion. He looks at me like I'm the one overreacting, like I've misunderstood something oblivious. And then he says something that honestly made it worse. This is what bachelor parties are for. I'm sorry, what? According to him, this is just normal. That before you get married, before you commit to that one person for your life, You're supposed to have the final moment where you go all out, where you get it out of your system, where you sleep with someone else, because after that you're locked in. And this is where I need to ask you, since when is cheating part of a tradition? Because I've seen the movies too, I've heard the jokes, but I always thought it was exaggerated, not literal. My bachelorette party, we got a nice hotel, my friends and I had a drink, and we laughed, we had fun, that's it. No secrets, no lines crossed, no last chance nonsense. So now I'm sitting here thinking, was I just stupid? Or did he actually betray me and then hide behind some made up rule? And here's the part that makes this so complicated. This wasn't last week, this was over 10 years ago. We've built a life since. Kids, memories, a marriage that up until this moment I thought was amazing. So what do you even do with that? Do you blow everything up over something from the past? Or do you just accept that the foundation of your marriage might not have been as honest as you thought? Because I can't shake that question. If I hadn't found out like this, would he have even told me? Ever? And more importantly, is this actually normal? Or is this just the excuse people use when they know they crossed the line? Let me know what you think, because I genuinely don't know if I'm overreacting or finally seeing the truth. If this story felt a little too real, that's probably because it is. If you want more stories of secrets, betrayal, and the truth people try to hide, make sure you subscribe, like and share. There's always more beneath the surface, and we're just getting started. We uncover new stories twice a week, Sundays and Thursdays, between 6 and 8 PM BST. That's when the truth tends to slip out. If you're not ready to wait, we post shorts every day, except Saturdays. Quick glimpses into lies, confessions, and everything in between. Got a story of your own? Something that happened behind closed doors? Something no one else knows? Send it to hiddennarrativestories@gmail.com. Your story could be the next one that we expose. Thanks for watching, and remember, trust is fragile. Not everyone is who they say they are. So pay attention, because the signs are always there.